And so the first one is a shield from accountability. So Junior, chime in anywhere here. A shield from accountability. Here's what we find. People stretch the definition of psychological safety and they use it as a shield. They invoke it to protect them from accountability. They use it as a sort of diplomatic immunity. So I have diplomatic immunity. Now, if you're not performing, that would be pretty convenient, right? And so we see people using it as a shield from accountability. And then one of the arguments they'll make is they'll say, well, wait a second. You know, in the past, you used fear and intimidation, command and control, manipulative and coercive tactics. And now we finally value people. And so what do? They stretch that premise to the point that they try to use it as a shield from being accountable for performance themselves. That's not psychological safety, right? Anything to add here, Junior?
Have you seen that, everyone? In the chat, I'd love to see your thoughts on accountability. James says, amen. Chris, 100%. Melissa, yup. Tracy, yes, for sure. Yeah. I have seen it. What does it look like when this happens?
Yeah.
How does it show up?
So we're twisting, right? We're twisting the concept. We're distorting the concept. We're trying to shield ourselves and protect ourselves from accountability. And that's not going to work. That's not what psychological safety is all about. It never was.
Yeah.
That's not psychological safety. And in fact, it just leads to poor performance, and it leads to divisions, and it leads to misunderstandings, and it leads to a fractured team and organization and more dysfunction. So again, we hijack the concept for personal self-interest to promote self-interest and to not be responsible. That's not going to work.
There are a lot of good comments in the chat. Melissa has a good one. They just move around underperformers without holding them accountable. It brings down morale for the rest of us. I think a lot of time we don't understand to its full extent the effect that something like that has on the rest of the team, right? Yeah. If there is an underperformer and there is no accountability, that's not just the manager on that person relationship. It is the team relationship, and that can be detrimental across the board.
Well, it sets a norm.
Yeah.
And it implicitly communicates and tacitly communicates that that's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay. So we're accepting that becomes a norm because we're tolerating it. Yep. And that itself becomes toxic to the team, because a high performing team is an accountable team and it's an inclusive team at the same time.